Welcome back, CertHeads. In our last video, we discussed about cloud services and cloud service models. And today, we are going one level deeper. If you're learning about cloud, there's a 90% chance that you might be getting these terms mixed up, and hence, in this video, we will try to clarify them and understand some use cases. IaaS PaaS and SaaS. I get it. They sound like a secret code, and the way they overlap can confuse even a seasoned tech professional. But I can tell you, the critical difference between them is as simple as figuring out where you're going to live. What does that mean? Well, imagine you are going to build a new house and you have three choices. Seriously, by the end of this video, you will never confuse them again, all by using a story of moving into a new home. Hi, my name is Rajdeep and I welcome you to CertHeads, a channel dedicated to certification related videos, and in this series we are targeting AZ-900 certification. If you like the content, do show your support by subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon, and also consider liking this video so that it can reach out to more and more people. Let's get down to it. Let's understand these three models with an analogy of your own dream house. Well, if you're planning to buy a house, you have three options. First is renting out an empty plot of land and building everything yourself. Option 2 is renting a house that's already built but is totally empty inside. And option 3 is renting a fully furnished home that's ready to go the second you walk in. Stay with me and you will finally understand the core of what cloud computing is all about. Section 1, IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service, aka renting the empty land. Buying an empty plot, attaching all the amenities, and then building a house is too much work. What if you got a simpler option? You go to your landlord and say, I just want to rent a plot of land. The landlord gives you a cleared plot that already has the utilities like water, electricity, sewage hooked up and ready to go. And that is Infrastructure as a Service, or IaaS. The plot of land with utilities is the infrastructure provided by cloud vendors like AWS, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. They give you the fundamental building blocks like virtual servers, storage, and networking, and on demand over the internet. They own and manage the massive physical data center, the land in this case. But here's the crucial part: the land is empty. You still have to build the house. With IaaS, you are responsible for managing everything from the operating system up. You install Windows or Linux, you handle the security patching, you install your databases, and you are 100% responsible for your application and data. This gives you most control. So why choose this? This is a perfect scenario if you have an SAP environment which is on premises and you want to do a lift and shift migration. Imagine a company that has an old SAP system in their on-premises data center. They can lift these existing servers and shift them directly onto IaaS infrastructure. They escape the nightmare of managing physical hardware without re-architecting their software. It's like rebuilding the exact same house just on another rented piece of land. IaaS is also perfect for temporary environments. Need to spin up dozens of test servers? Now with IaaS, you can do it in minutes and tear them apart when you're done. So you pay only for what you have used. Now let's understand Section 2, PaaS, Platform as a Service. Let's take an example of renting the unfurnished house. Alright, now building a house from a dirt plot is too much work. You are a developer. You want to focus on what goes inside the house. Hence, you look at option 2, which is Platform as a Service, or PaaS. Now this time, in our analogy, the landlord gives you an unfurnished house. The structure is solid, the walls are up, the roof is on, and the plumbing and electricity is working as well. You don't need to think about the foundation and framing. All you need to do is bring in your furniture and decorate the house. Now PaaS is the perfect middle ground. The cloud provider manages the infrastructure and the platform on top, the servers, the storage, the networking, the operating system. They give you a ready-made environment to build and run your applications. So what's your job? You just focus on the code and the data. In our analogy, your code and data are the furniture. You are the interior designer. You choose the couches, table, and art. you make the house functional and beautiful on inside. But you never worry about a leaky roof because PaaS provider handles all that underlying maintenance. Now, why does this matter? Well, speed. Developers can focus purely on writing code and creating business value without the headache of patching operating systems. It dramatically accelerates development. For a startup building new mobile app, PaaS is often the perfect choice. You can go from an idea to a launch incredibly fast. Think about services like SAP's BTP, Business Technology Platform, Heroku, or AWS Elastic Beanstalk. They give the developers the tools to bring ideas to life without the complexity of managing the house itself. That's the power of PaaS. Now, what if you are too busy and you have a project kicking off tomorrow and zero time to shop for furniture? You just need a solution that works out of the box right now. Which brings us to section 3, SaaS. Software as a service, renting a fully furnished home. You go back to your landlord, they show you a beautiful, fully furnished, ready to move in home. The furniture is modern, the kitchen is stocked, the Wi-Fi is on, and there's even a cleaning service. You don't build or furnish anything. You just grab your suitcase, unlock the door, and start living. That's software as a service. The SaaS is the model which is most familiar because you use it every day. Cloud provider manages absolutely everything, the infrastructure, platform, and the application. They handle servers, updates, and bug fixes. The software is delivered to you over the internet, usually through a web browser. You just log in and use it. With SaaS, your only real job is to manage your own belongings and decide who gets access. In our home analogy, you are responsible for your clothes in the closet or any jewelry which is inside your safe, and who you give the key to. The landlord handles everything else. The primary benefit is pure convenience. There's no installation, no maintenance, and a predictable subscription cost. But there is a trade-off. What's that? You give up almost all control. You can't change the software's core feature. Just like you can't knock down a wall in a furnished rental. You use the application as is. So let's bring it all home. The next time you hear about those confusing acronyms, you just ask yourself one question. How much of the work do I want to do myself? This brings us to the end of our introduction of cloud concepts. Let's recap. Over last 4 videos, we have broken down AZ-900 core structure. We introduced the fundamentals of cloud computing. We learned about its benefits like resilience and security. We also learned about the shared responsibility model and looked at practical scenarios for IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. In our next set of videos, we are going to explore cloud infrastructure and how it builds up to Azure's architecture and services. This is the end of one topic, and in our next video, we start a new one. At the end of the series, I'm going to create a project which will help you practice the concepts which you have learned and also solidify your preparation for an exam as well as for an interview. If this series helped you finally understand these core cloud concepts, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out any updates which are coming on next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.